Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the A3U Review.
We have a really special episode today for you. We're going to take a look at some of the TFCon prototypes.
We're your hosts. I'm Alex.
And I'm Spence.
And you're watching
the A3U Review. So we're going to start off our prototype episode with some before and after figures. We have here a Devastator. It's reminiscent of an Action Master.
It's definitely got that look. It's hard to tell without actually playing with it that these are all actual hard plastics, but they really add to the kind of clean lines and everything that you see on it right here. I actually really like the production of it.
Well, and of course, being made out of plastic, you have the ability to really develop joints. So it has a really nice double jointed knee with lots of big click joints, and has the ability to hold some pretty amazing poses because the joints are all done in plastic instead of like a really soft vinyl or something like that.
You were mentioning something, Spence, that compared to the original Action Masters, it actually seems to scale. It scales really well, right?
It scales well with, obviously it's not going to scale well with the original Devastator Action Master, which is about this tall, but the Optimus Prime that was about this tall actually scales really well with it.
This is pretty close to production.
This is close to production, yeah. This is pretty much, actually we have the trade and everything, so it's pretty much just about done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Cool.
Let's move on. So also from before and after, we have a couple of twins, two guys that look very similar yet transform into very different looking animals.
One is kind of a eagle hawk kind of thing, and then the other one's some sort of a large predatorial
Puma?
Yeah.
Kind of a
feline?
Did I say predatorial?
Yeah.
Is that right? I hope that's a word. It's a big cat, basically.
Now these guys are in resin. There's still a lot of work involved in finalizing these, and of course with accessories and whatnot they come with.
I like the detailing, and it's hard to tell. I mean, these are really just prototypes, so I don't want to like mesh it up too much, but you see the detailing of the alt mode, the head there.
Actually, I have seen the alt modes on them, and they're not too bad.
They're pretty decent,
they're
right?
Not too bad.
Yeah, I can tell. Some of the detailing on the out mode features are pretty nice.
Now the interesting thing about these ones, when we think twins, we think maybe the Fans Project twins for Revolver, or the two guys from Mastermind that Mastermind did. And oddly enough, these guys actually are not really twins like those ones, as in they're actually quite different when you look at them. Even the chest and the hips and the arms and everything are done quite extensively different, where you can see similarities in the heads. Even the heads are done differently. So as twins, they're maybe not identical twins. Well, let's move on to the next company. So we have here in front of us from Mastermind, this is the Seraph. And right. It's not the full figure. It actually comes with a trailer giant bit that comes with it, but this is the core figure of it.
I personally feel like this is one of Mastermind's best. From what I've seen.
Well, Mastermind has their own style, very different from a lot of the other third parties, and this one is no different. This one is very organic in a way that a robot looks. It almost deviates closer to an action figure, the proportions and etc. You would almost when you look at a frontal view at this prototype, it doesn't really seem like a Transformer at all.
It just looks like a really great action figure.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this is one figure from Mastermind that I am really, really eager to get my hands on the actual figure itself, because I feel this one they've definitely outdone themselves. This figure feels better to me than a lot of the Feral Rex stuff. I like the look of the figure a lot better than that, and I think the trailer as an add-on is phenomenal. This head sculpt is astounding. It's simple yet totally indicative of the character. It really looks amazing. A lot of nice little features. This guy even has a little chest piece, opens up, and you can see he's got some stuff going on in the inside. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
very, very nicely done. Really well thought out figure, very well designed. Well, let's go to the next manufacturer. So let's jump into some fans project stuff, and here we have the add-on God set that looks like it goes on the original Classics Optimus Prime mold.
At first, I actually thought it was its own figure. That's how well it hides some of the main figure. But actually, what I was told was that it's supposed to be like that, integrated, because it'll transform with the armor on it. Is that?
This figure will
the right
fully transform
understanding?
without taking the armor off.
Yeah, that's really amazing, and that's why it has this very integrated look. And even if even though this is kind of an early set, you look around it and it actually hides a lot of things really, really well, and it works with the lines.
There's really only a few things that you see from the original molding, and I mean, even like this arm piece is a new piece where you can just kind of see the original piece underneath, or the back of the legs. You can just kind of see like this is part of the leg, and then the wheels of the original figure. But really, there's almost nothing that you see on the figure that is the original figure. So
yeah. And it's an interesting thing that FP is going backwards. Kind of, this is what they kind of started out with, right? With all the add-on kits, and kind of evolving that to another platform that they can do themselves.
my only beef on this guy is the actual alt mode looks a little not that great. Not to like trash anyone or anything, but I think these wheels are really small. Just the truck itself looks it's a little square and kind of boring, but
this is their first kind of experimentation with this, so...
Well, it's still early in the molding stages.
Yeah.
I mean, it is in plastic, so there's a mold out there, but, you know, what kind of tweaking and whatnot will happen before actual production, hard to say.
Yeah. Well, we hope to see a little bit more progress on this, and, you know, I'm sure either way, the transformation with the armor on is going to impress everybody.
So we have another Fans Project item here. This is the Unnamed Six Changer. It does 6 different things.
Personally, I'm not too hot on it.
It does nothing for me.
For me, I think it's cool in a way that it's very unique compared to what they've done in the past. But you're right, you know what? There's some aesthetic things that I'm not super pleased with.
There's a couple of things that I think need to be looked at. I don't know, the face is...
It
does something
Yeah.
about the face. I mean, I like the gimmick. It has the removable
Visor?
visor goes up and
Yeah.
down, which is kind of neat.
I mean,
But,
the
Yeah, I
head
wouldn't
sculpt-
remove the visor.
Yeah, it looks way better with the visor on versus off.
Now, like any Six Changer, it does all 6 modes. There's like a boat, there's a gun, there's a dog, and then of course the robot, and then a tank, and I can't even remember.
there's a
It's a
beast.
jet.
Yeah.
There's some kind of a plane, right? I think it's some kind of a plane.
Oh, you didn't say that one already.
Yeah.
You said the animal
Yeah.
motor, the beast
Yeah,
mode
like a
already?
puma dog thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like any Six Changer, some of the modes are a little bit weak.
Does
Some
it
of them
feel
are-
like an afterthought, though? A lot of them out modes? Because I think that's the danger of some of these Six Changers, right? Some of the modes get all the attention, and then
other ones don't. Well, you can definitely see a lot of the integrated parts. I mean, you see the knees are definitely part of the boat. You can see these pieces here are definitely the head of the beast. There's some wing pieces, the bits for the tank there and there. I think it's nicely integrated. I think it has a lot of interesting bits to it that make it a very interesting and unique figure. Just like I said, for me, he doesn't really do much for me.
You know, Hexatron was a great 6 changer, but I mean that was very close in homage to the original figure, right? This one just seems a little more different compared to what it.
Well, if you ever looked at the original figure,
Yeah, I mean-
the original figure is pretty bad.
it
So,
leaves a lot to be desired,
Yeah,
for sure.
so I
this
think.
is leaps and bounds above.
But
like,
that's the thing, is that, you know, they have to use their own creativity to kind of get this far, and I think actually they did a pretty good job incorporating it into a modern 6 changer.
And also from Fans Project's new Lost Exo Realm line. Now this line is getting a lot of attention on forums, and obviously at the last TFCon, where it was like just announced that not only regulars, but exclusives and a full line, 6 figures at least in the line, and yeah, excitement.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely speaks for itself. It's a dinosaur, it transforms, and it's amazing. This is not even colored, and it's already doing it for me.
Looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really great.
So of course we have here Columpio was the first one, and the second guy is Kubrar. This is our production version. This is what the actual pre-orders and whatnot that are available right now at all your favorite retailers. This is the one that you're going to get. Each of these come with a little friend, a partner. Here we have the Drapan in his scythe mode, and then with Kubrar we have Takur. And of course these guys are part of Fans Project's Solar Online, so they fit along the same type of guys as Steel Core and his, little Solaron partner, or Revolver, the little Solaron guy.
Yeah, that's right. The only difference being that these guys are the weapons instead of, cores, which is really going to be an interesting addition to their universe.
So if you were lucky enough to attend this year's TFCon in Toronto, you had the opportunity to buy an exclusive Columpio. And the exclusive came in a really nicely Diaclone styled box and came with this awesome little driver.
Yep, magnetic feet and all.
So did it come with the regular?
No, it only came with the driver.
I see.
Yeah.
So it came with the Diaclone style box, the figure like this with the gun and the sword, which is what will also come with the regular one.
Right.
And then the driver. You can see some pretty considerable differences between paint and whatnot on the two of them. This one's all nice and chromy. This one is more of a matte, and then of course it has like the chrome bits on the feet, and then the dino head, where this one has the matte gold, which is personally I like the matte gold. I think that the regular version is kind of the stronger, but everybody right now is all gung-ho about getting their hands on the exclusive version.
I think the chrome is classic. It depends on what kind of collector you are, but I would tend to agree with Spence. I like the new kind of painted metallics rather than chrome. I like the brush metallics, so that's just a preference. I do have to say though that the chest here looks really nice. I would have loved to see it.
Kind of a mix.
Combo, yeah. Not to take away from this matte red, it's really nice.
I love the matte red. It looks absolutely fabulous.
It looks really nice. You can't lose with either one of these figures. It's really great. So, those who were lucky enough, you pick this up at the convention, and if not, you can still order this one. It's on pre-order. It's a great figure.
And so, continuing on to our next manufacturer, we have here from MakeToys a couple pieces for Guardia.
The Guardia is, for those who don't know, another cool combiner. He's a good guy.
It's part of the MT Combiner series.
Yeah. We have an Axel, right?
Well, I'm actually not sure which one's which. We have two of these are Axel and Rover.
Okay.
So it could be Axel and Rover, or it could be Axel and Rover. I'm not 100% certain which one they've delegated to whom yet. But this is the police car, the motorcycle, and then luckily this isn't even on their website yet, but this is the ambulance.
That's right. First impressions, it's definitely a MakeToys production.
You can see the design like very similar to the MakeToys Giant, or even, you can see some of the Quantron look in how these ones are put together.
I like the detailing on just the extra pieces, like the wheels on the bike. Just that detail on the wheels and just the other pieces on such a small scale figure compared to some of the bigger combiner. It's just really impressive that they went so far for such a smaller package.
There's definitely a lot of design in it, and I mean, even if you look at the car, I like how they've off-centered that little piece in the crotch area, like in that waist piece. It's not just symmetrical, it actually has an unusual little bit of design to it, where they've off-centered a piece just for fun, just for design.
Even like the little handlebars here, you can see a lot of little details there that would a lot of times be missed by other manufacturers.
Yeah, there's light switches and the brakes. It's all there, like
Yeah.
a real motorcycle.
Yeah, like you said, the calipers definitely got that extra little bit of detail that isn't just a couple of wheels. Everything down to the texture of the tire. Definitely another combiner to watch out for. It's going to give the other combiners a little bit of a run for the money if it's done right.
So I know a lot of people were really interested in scale, and we actually have on hand one of TFC's Gumball figures just to kind of take a look at, you know, kind of the different scale between the figures. Now TFC's Gumball is actually available. People can buy it and have it in hand. You can see he's a little bit taller than the MakeToys figure, but not by much. You know?
No, if you minus out the
the crazy arm pieces.
crazy arms, it actually, it's deceiving. But in terms of like styling cues, you know, you can definitely see the differences. Whether you like the more simple design cues on the TFC or the more intricate styling cues on the MakeToys, I think there's actually a bit of a choice here. Some people do like this aesthetic a little bit more, and I know some people are going to really love that. But we have yet to see. I hope that the colors are...
colors can make or break.
It definitely will. So I hope it looks good, and then we'll have a real competition going on between the two combiners.
And also from MakeToys, we have here from their CityBot series, Pandinus.
Pandinus!
And this is, well, can you see me? He's like almost as big as I am here. It's pretty big piece.
Is it bigger than their Utopia figure?
He, with the top
Wider.
of the tail, stands about the same height as the Utopia, but he's much wider, way more bulky than Utopia.
It feels like though Utopia was almost like just a test after you look at this thing. And then they just loved Utopia so much, they went just nuts on this. Every little detail, every little thing on this is mind-blowing.
Well, it's impressive just in sheer size and scale, just looking at it as a figure. Then once you start really looking at it, you go, oh my god, that's crazy. I love the little things like these shoulder cannons. Total homage from the original one.
Yeah.
I love it. Perfect. Even this like giant shield on the side, homage to the original one. So many little bits and pieces about it are just so amazingly done and so amazingly designed that wow. Where do you even start? It does 3 modes.
Okay.
So it has obviously the robot mode, it has a scorpion mode, and then it has a city temple kind of mode to it as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what I do kind of want to point out a little bit about this guy that you know, may or may not be super relevant is the absolute amount of articulation on this thing. This does everything that you would imagine in any kind of action figure. He's got a joint in the shoulder, he's got a joint in the forearm, the arms move here up and down and then have like a wrist swivel. The legs have like full big joints in the knee, in the ankle, in the hip, everything. And you know all the joints are going to be done the same way that the Utopia is, with really nice big chunky click joints that are really going to, you know, keep this figure in a variety of poses. So
Definitely.
man, I can't wait to get my hands on that guy and actually like really pose it.
I mean, even the tail has all the
Tons of joints,
the
tons of
joints in there
articulation.
to allow it to really feel completely articulated. It's got those little piston things too for extra stability.
Do the pistons actually move?
Yes, the pistons are fully articulated, so as you move the foot in whatever way, the pistons will up and down according to however you have the foot positioned, whether it's twisted and the pistons are on not only a ball joint at the top, but a ball joint at the bottom, and then go in and out as well. So
That's awesome.
Last but not least, I think the head I should mention will also, even though we can't do it right now, it will also transform into a smaller robot, correct?
the head is a triple changer.
Wow, triple changer
Yeah,
even.
the head is a full-on triple changer. So the head does
Even better.
the head mode, and then of course the little robot mode, and then the head itself has a scorpion mode.
And the shield and the gun, of course, don't forget that, right?
It's an extra bit of shield can fit on the other arm, or like there's all kinds of places that you can put pieces. And then if you take the big claws off, he can hold the gun in his hand just like a, you know, just like any robot
Yeah, and the gun is beautifully designed. I mean, even the gun is really, really cool.
I would say this tops all the third parties that's revealed so far for me.
This was definitely the big reveal of 2014 for pretty much for everybody. I think this is the one that everybody's really, really looking for. I think that's all that we have for samples for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, it's been a great year, so I'm glad we had a closer look at some of these prototypes.
And that's our episode for today. We hope you enjoyed it.
What do you guys think of the prototypes? Please use the comment section below to let us know your thoughts.
As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, Ages3 and Up, and also follow us on Twitter at Ages3 and Up. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.